Another full load for another full day of fishing. Today is day 2 of the second annual Hunnewell fishing trip. We've had a few days but since we've been out last. Today we're looking at weather starting out in the 60s, getting up to the right around 80 degrees. The winds will mostly be from the east, varying northeast down to southeast as the day progresses. Going to be partly cloudy all day, and looks like some storms coming through in the evening time after we're be done fishing. So it should make for great fishing conditions. We're going to catch some more bluegill this time, trying to target a trophy-sized bluegill, along with catching either a personal best bass or catfish. I'll see you on the water. Cut across the front of us.
Oh, there he goes. Hey. Uncle and nephew. Hunnewell annual trip part 2. A lot of campers up here. A lot of people got out early today.
What's the minimum recommendation on the SPF from Captain Bob?
70. You want to be as wide as you can be.
Come back wider than you left, you know you're doing it right.
Yeah. Apparently we've got too much stuff in the boat and we can't push out yet.
Well, calm 60 degrees starting out on day 2 of the second annual Hunnewell fishing trip. Not many clouds in sight. Supposed to get a little bit of cloudiness later. Should be calm most of the day. Find out what the water temperature is shortly. Hope we don't get snagged up with having so many rods and reels in the boat today.
Because apparently 10 is not enough.
You know you have enough if you never have to change your line. You just get a different pull.
It also means that just because you're too old,
Can't see.
You can't see to change the lure.
I'll start going through the different setups today. So, first option on the bait casting reel is a size 1.5 square bill crankbait. It's made by Strike King. Got a chartreuse and black back color. We'll mainly be using this for bass, a little bit out from the edges. So we'll go down about 5 feet. So that should cover most of the shallows if they're feeding actively. Second option for bass is a brush hog. It's watermelon with red and black flake color. Got it on a shaky head jig. This will be good in areas where we're casting into some structure. Keep from getting hooked up. That one's on the 7-foot medium heavy Bass Pro Shops Tourney Special spinning combo. And we've got this spooled up with some 40-pound braid. Bulk of the fish will probably be caught on these ultralights. Got a little bit different of a setup here. So we've got the standard bobber on here. I've got the hook a little bit up off of the bottom, suspended there. I'm going to try to put either a worm, a piece of corn on there. And then on the bottom we've got a small white curly tail worm. By having the weight down at the bottom, the hope is to get less lines all knotted up when I've been casting. But with 2 hooks exposed, there is likely going to be more snags in play. So we'll see how long that lasts. The fourth setup is the go-to Strike King miniature crankbait. This is a Fire Tiger color. So this is definitely the go-to lure to catch about any type of fish you can imagine. But today's story is really about catching trophy fish. So we've got the Cat Buster. It's spooled up with a 25-pound monofilament, a neon green color on an 8-foot pole. So once we catch that small bluegill or shad, we're going to put it on this tail hook here. We've got a fill slip bobber above there, so depending how deep we're fishing, we're going to cast that out. We're going to land either a big bass or a big catfish today, and that's going to bring you some exciting entertainment. So look forward to that.
Yep, first bluegill.
Caught on the bitsy minnow.
Bluegill.
Oh gosh! Wow!
So there's the big bass that you're talking about.
Just caught the first bass on the chartreuse crankbait today. .41 pounds. I don't think this is a bluegill.
Too big for that.
Oh, don't go under the boat. Need the net.
Oh, there's your catfish that you wanted.
Catfish on a crankbait. Okay. 2.25 pounds. .19 inches.
Back in amongst all those brush.
Yeah, man, it's in there tight to cover. Second bass on the day, 12.5 inches. Set them free and let them eat some more small fish and small bluegill, so there's more big ones in the lake. Just caught personal best crappie, 13 inches and 1.17 pounds. Another largemouth bass, 13 inches. Teamwork retrieval. How does it feel to catch your first fish?
At 2.5 hours after we started, yes, a little bluegill. I'm keeping it. Got to start someplace.
Back to back.
2.5 hours to catch the first fish. 5 seconds to catch 2 fish.
Looks like we're not gonna starve. Number 4. Big enough.
Now that's the way you do it with a fly rod, right there.
Well, 11:15. Taking a break to get some lunch. Ease some frustrations from some snags we've had right here at the end. Just regroup a little bit and get refocused on why we're out here. And that is to bring you entertainment and to catch some trophy fish. So far we've landed a personal best crappie. Probably the biggest catfish I've landed on a crankbait, which was surprising. Bluegill fishing, been okay, if you agree.
Yeah.
The water temperature on the surface is up to 80 degrees today, so that's a little bit better. The fish seem to be a little more active.
Very little wind.
Got basket and a stringer going. A close-up of the 13-inch crappie and the 19-inch, that's a channel catfish. He makes a lot of noise, but That is the biggest crappie I've landed, so like I said, personal best on that one. Bluegill basket.
Did you keep that bass?
Probably a dozen in there. All the bass were in the 12 to 15 range. Well, we're gonna finish eating, probably find a new spot, and catch something with the cat buster. Got the small bluegill out there, but it hasn't done anything yet. But we're gonna find that 10-pound plus fish today. 12.5 inches. Second biggest bass of the day, measuring in at 14 inches, 1.30 pounds. First double up of the day.
Oh, red ear, red ear.
First,
You got red ear.
first red ear. Ooh, got it.
Ooh. Ceremonial first red ear goes in the bucket.
Another 13-inch largemouth bass. Seems to be a popular size today. Don't think he can eat my 10-inch golden shiner over there. Name that fish Wendy. Did we overstay our welcome?
Probably so. We're starting to see white water on the lake. That's not a good sign.
Look at these waves. Sent so many messages, you should have just come out, Mom. Could have caught so many more fish if we didn't have to respond to all these text messages. Just finished cleaning fish from day 2 of the second annual Hunnewell trip. Total was 35 fish bringing back. 2 of those were crappie, 1 catfish, and the rest bluegill. Need to remember to set a limit on how many we really want to bring back. It feels like we just spent 2.5 hours cleaning fish.
Actually, about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
About an hour.
Felt longer and getting better at it. A lot of practice the past 2 weekends. Weather turned out pretty good. We had a little rough patch in the middle, but thanks to the dual trolling motor setup, soon to be patented by us, we were able to get back through the white caps and the strong wave.
Yep. Thankfully, no rain.
See what everyone else is missing out on?
Come up here and camp out.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Well, we'll see you next year.